y'all. Yeah, this is Ursa Record coming with another video. So the thing is, I had this idea of there's a lot of people trying to get into psychedelic rock music and trying to dip themselves in the wild, trying to figure out what to go for, what kind of albums you want to acquire, and they don't really know where to go to. So I kind of indulge in my vinyl collection and try to figure out cheap ones that people could go for. And yeah, here's like 20 albums and a few of honorable mentions, which is pretty good. So it's like 15, a list of 15, no particular order or anything, and 5 more which are honorable mentions. You can probably get them pretty good. So yeah, like starting up, all of them are obscure, by the way. It's bands that didn't quite make it out back then, and all of them are pretty bluesy. That fits right into that Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Uriah Heep, Free, in between all of them. So first up on the list, this is Jane with Fire, Water, Earth and Air. First time I heard about Jane, it wasn't this specific album. It was some other one, can't quite remember which one, but this one is pretty cool. It's actually my favorite, and it has that eye sticker on it, which is something about head effects in German. I speak basic German, so not the best at it. Yeah, my favorite is like the second song of the side 2, Hair Superman. Pretty good. You can get this for really cheap, and really amazing album. Coming up on the list, check this out. This is Larry Corel. Yeah, Larry Corel. He comes from the jazzy side of music. Here he's pronouncing a lot of effects, a lot of stuff coming through that guitar amp and everything. Just really good. It sits in between that fusion jazz rock, acid rock kind of stuff, and it's one of a kind. That song on side 1, the first song, Sex, is really interesting. Yeah, the song is called like that. Really awesome song. This you can get probably from $10 up to $20 in normal shape, I would say. So yeah, Larry Corel, amazing album. All right, next up on the list, sorry, I have to take it out. Yeah, this one is quite good album. It features gosh, what's his name? Carmen Appice. This is Cactus. Cactus has this really bluesy vibe to their songs, and it's just really close to what Led Zeppelin were doing back then, but like adding their own style. And this song, this album is pretty good. Matter of fact, their first song, or don't remember if it's Rock Out, whatever you feel like, is really it has such a bluesy riff, guitar riff, which adds so much depth to the song. And yeah, this one you can get like from $5 up to $30. That's the most you could probably pay it for. But yeah, this one comes with a poster as well, which is really cool, here in Ehrman shape. So yeah, awesome record. Now this one is really it came from my own, just from what I particularly acquired. I don't see people talking about it as much as it should have. This is Titanic. This specific album has my favorite song out of Titanic catalog, which is Something on My Mind. This first song of the side 2 is really good song, really heavy on the bass, on the guitar, and everything. Titanic is one of those bands, you know, you have that other album which is Brown Cover, something like that. They have a song that reminds Santana's style of play, but yeah, not really that heavy. I prefer this album much more. So yeah, that one you can probably buy it for from $10 to $20 as well, which is not bad. Now coming up, all right, a lot of people know about Mountain and Leslie West, but do you guys know about this one? I know Mountain is like talked a lot, and I could probably add it to this video, but I figured this one doesn't get as much recognition, which leads to the fact that it's more obscure than others. But yeah, like this is not Mountain yet, but it's pretty much getting shaped to what it's about to become. So yeah, Leslie West with Mountain, Dreams of Milk and Honey is probably the highlight here for me. But yeah, Blood of the Sun as well, it's pretty good. Blind Man, they are all ultimately good songs. And yeah, we all know Leslie West and what he would have become later in his years. Yeah, here's Leslie West, and this one is like extraordinarily cheap. I believe this is Canadian press. No, it's actually a US press, but I mean you can get this for from $5 to $10 if you get lucky. But yeah, look up for these records. Next up, it's Billy Workman. Billy Workman. There's nothing like, cannot really find any information about this guy, I believe, on the internet. But this is more of a like AOR kind of style that this guy plays. But there is Frank Marino playing on this album in one or two songs. There's also Walter Rossi from that band Charlie, which I absolutely love that album. One of my favorites. Cannot say how much I like it. I cannot grab any words to describe that. But yeah, this is Billy Workman. I mean, it's not that Corel, it's not that masterpiece that we're all looking for, but hey, it's a feel-good kind of album. So yeah, this one is on Bellophone, that purple German label. But yeah, There Is a Lady is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Walter Rossi and Frank Marino, what else can you get? Both cats were from Canada, so I mean, if both of them would get like they would show what they really are about on one album, they would get some heavy and thunderous album. But yeah, all right, next up on the list, this is Paris. Yeah, Paris, here we go. I really enjoy this album. My favorite here is A Solitaire, which is the second song of the second side. Yeah, like this one, really cheap, really sticking to that Led Zeppelin vibe. Not much of Sabbath, not much of Uriah Heep and so on, but really like going into that Led Zeppelin vibe. But yeah, on Capitol, you know, I have a feeling a lot of albums are really cheap on Capitol, and maybe that's one label you should like deep dive. But yeah, Fair's really cheap and really good album. I've seen a lot of collectors like showing up this album on Instagram or whatever, and it like everyone knows why it's a good album. So yeah, next up on the list, I mean this one, I was so surprised of how good it sounds that I couldn't feel why it cost so cheap. This one is from the American outfit. All right, sorry, I had a bit of a rough time taking it out. This is Grow, and Grow, they have a really similar sound to AC/DC, which you know, for some it might be an acquired taste, but hey, this is awesome. Let me tell you that it's not as pop rock as ACD is, but it's more into that heavy psych, hard rock, early 70s hard rock stuff. And the guitars, the bass, the voice, like the voice even reminds a bit of the one of Bon Scott, but yeah, my favorite here is I Wonder, probably the third song of the side one, and Hound Dog. Hound Dog is pretty cool. But yeah, this one is on Discreet, and there's a funny story about this album is that they released an album under a name called Utopia back in 1971, and it didn't got like it didn't got a lot of recognition, so they went on to become Grow, which they signed under the Screed label, and they took I believe like almost every song, if not like all of them, but they put them together into this Grow album, and it's like both albums difference of price is like one costs $100, which is Utopia, and this one costs like $5, and that's pretty incredible. Yeah. Next up on the list, this is Blood Rock USA. Like telling straight away, any Blood Rock album is pretty cool. Like if you have any money on you and you don't want to spend like that much for a record, just go for a Blood Rock album. Just these guys, they are as strong as any mainstream band, and they put some really cool albums out. This one, my favorite on it is which is I'm crazy about you, baby, think about you all the time. Yeah, we cannot seem to find it. Where is it? Yeah, Crazy About You, Babe. The fourth song on side one, and I like Rock and Roll Candyman, I think. Yeah, all in all, a pretty cool American outfit. They were American. But yeah, Blood Rock, pretty cool, pretty awesome. So yeah, next up on the list, this is one record. I'm cheating up a little bit here, but she's gonna take this one out. Anyways, I'm gonna show like this. I hope there's not a lot of reflection on it. This is Black Oak, Arkansas. This one falls a lot into that southern rock vibe, and still pretty hard rock, pretty there is bits of psychedelic rock, a bit of psychedelics, psychedelia. Sorry about that. But yeah, the vocals are a bit of an acquired taste. Jim Dandy's voice is not for everyone, and those that have listened to Black Oak, Arkansas, either stayed or left. So there's no middle term. But yeah, this is a wild record. Uncle Elijah is pretty cool, and Hot and Nasty, of course. Everyone knows about Hot and Nasty. When electricity came to Arkansas, that's a pretty cool song as well. But yeah, pretty hard rock, pretty heavy psych, a bit like here and there. Cool album to have. And the funny thing about this album is that I've seen people putting $100 tag on it, which in reality is just an album that goes for you know, 5, 10, 15 bucks at most. Yeah. All right, next up on the list, this is the Amboy Dukes Migration. I took this one just like because why not. But yeah, their first two, I believe they are a bit costly, but this one, you know, you get the American version of it, or the Canadian records seem to be really cheap for some reason. Don't really understand why, but yeah. This my particular copy here is a UK version on that London label, but yeah, I have a second one, Canadian press. It goes like for $15. Pretty good, like worth it, with Tanusian showing his skills there. Next up on the list, of course, can finish my video without showing this monster. It's probably my favorite album here. These guys, they developed my taste so much, and you know, just I had so many doors to open. I choose this, and it led me. They took me with them. It's like just absolutely craziness. Yeah, Summertime Blues, Rock Me Baby, Doctor Please, Out of Focus, Parchment Farm, and Second Time Around. Dickie Peterson, voice is incredible. Leaf Stevens there, he plays like such heavy style of guitar playing. Yeah, this is funnily enough, this record has a median price of like $4 on Discogs, which is like impressive. It doesn't go for that much. It's like just really easily accessible if you truly want to have any Blue Shear album, unless it's like a promo or a white label. It's fine, you know. But yeah, coming up on the list, yeah, this is with Dick Wagner, Ursa Major, and Ursa Major is a really heavy outfit. Sinner, Silver Spoon, Stage Door Queen, Lay Me Down, Back to My Land, all of them are pretty heavy. Then you have some acoustic stuff here, In My Darkest Hour, or Back to the Land. No, Back to the Land, not that one. Liberty and Justice. I mean, these guys, it's a heavy trio, so you don't have any sort of synthesizers or Moogs or keyboards, anything like that. It's just like guitar, bass, and drums, and that's like the Flintstones right there. And I'm telling you, this is probably the most expensive you can get from out of all the lists I have here, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, when I say the most expensive, I say $25, and that's all right. It's like you're not gonna break the bank for that. Next up on the list, I mean, I'm cheating up again. I have a feeling, because this one, you can see it for $200 or you can see it for $20. It's just up to you whether version you want to have. For some reason, the UK versions and the Italian versions, I have an Italian version, go for 200, and that's just too much, I believe. But it's pretty cool album. I'm just not gonna talk garbage about it because it's pretty good, and I have it in my collection for a reason. This is Cubby and Blizzards, or Cubby Blizzards, however you want to talk about it. Apple Knockers Flophouse. The original Netherlands pressing goes for $20, but somehow the other versions go for a lot more than that. I don't know why, I don't know how, and it's interesting because they are from the Netherlands, the band is from, so yeah. Anyways, this has a really, it's really bluesy. Apple Knockers Flophouse, the title song, it's really amazing, and I hell of love that. They remind me of how is that name? Ashkan and Black Hat Bones for a reason. It's really bluesy but still hard and heavy, which is like a good mixture. All right, and to end the list, I'm gonna mention this, which is all right. Never mind about my version. This is like these Malaysian copies versions, like unofficial ones. This is Frigid Pink, and Frigid Pink, they are like really acid stuff. They did a cover of House of the Rising Sun, which is probably the best cover out there, and I mean my words. Then they have songs like Crying Shame, I'm on My Way, Tell Me Why, End of the Line, and my favorite of the album, which I like when they play bluesy, which is Booze and Blues. Booze and Blues has a really interesting vibe, which like kept me growing with the album, and that was a song that I stick to. But yeah, like really interesting cover variant. So yeah, this is my list. Now I'm gonna proceed like to the honorable mentions, and this one, these ones. Okay, I want to get a shout out to Noble Records, which I believe they still have this one. This is Gary Del Vecchio, Buzzin' record that they put out together, which has really beautiful songs like Buzzin', Head On, What You See is What You Get. That's my favorite. Laid Back, Sweet, Redbird Fly, Wasted King, Starman, Dream Woman, Dreamland. This is a hell of a record. $25, you cannot go wrong with that. But yeah, just wanted to let you know about this one. I'll leave the link to Noble Records website, Instagram and all that, and to Writing Easy, the label, if you guys want to get one of it. So yeah, that's my first honorable mention. Second one is Love Sculpture with their Form and Feelings album. This album has really interesting songs, really lovely songs. Nobody's Talking is my favorite, third song, side one, and really cool cover of the Saber Dance, which is just guitar, just like rambling guitar, a lot of fuzz, and I believe there are some wah-wahs, which is really good album. Of course, this is not the first pressing. If the first pressing would be it, I would be bankrupt. I'm just joking, but yeah, it's an album that goes for 150 being a first press, but this one goes for $20 at most. Next up on the list, Apple Pie, Motherhood Band. Hell of a record. Yeah, I just found their another, that same had happened with Orangutan. I found their how is called that song? Super Music Man on YouTube, like completely randomly, and I just instantly got hooked. Um, I had to find a vinyl copy of it. I bought it, and ever since, like, I keep playing. Next up on the list, I have five honorable mentions, and this is an album like everyone talks about it. Everyone that wants to recommend an album, and I understand why. This is Armagan. This has Keith Ralph on it, and like, yeah, Martin Pugh, Bobby Caldwell, and just hell of a record. Again, I keep saying it, of course, because all of them, if otherwise I wouldn't be showing them, right? Buzzard, still a Tightrope, which is a really mellow song, pretty cool. Bats and Planes and Future Games, Last and Before, is my favorite. Last and Before, that outro, really amazing. This is in the Shrink American version. US version, you probably would pay more than $25 for it. I would, yeah, $25-$30, but otherwise in good shape you can probably pay $15-$20 for it. But yeah, and last on the list, I was surprised this was so cheap. This is, I love this record, Mount Rushmore, High on Mount Rushmore. This has such a acid vibe to it. My favorite song on this album is Without No Smog, which is like a repetitive riff going like in circular motion with like fuzz and wah-wahs, and just amazing, really amazing. So yeah, Stone Free, Without No Smog, Ocean, I Don't Believe in Statues, Looking Back, Cause She's So Good to Me, and like a little medley with Fannie Mae and Dub Song. They have a lot of inspiration from Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin, of course, and so on and so forth. But yeah, pretty cool album cover, right? But yeah, that's it for me. Catch you up in the next episode. I truly hope that you like this video. If you didn't, then I'm sorry. No, yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Just don't forget to comment, subscribe if you like the video, and yeah, take care.